What is up, everybody? All my teacher friends out there and writers as well, but this is more specifically for teachers today. But welcome for the first time or back to another Deshaun Johnson video. And we're going to talk about this wonderful tool that I have been using since 2018, Screencast-O-Matic. And when the pandemic hit in 2020 and we went completely virtual, this became my best friend because I originally bought Screencast-O-Matic to make documenting my process in web design development, showing what I was doing and just putting that on YouTube to help out other people. But then when we was forced to be indoors to teach online, and I had to make a lot of virtual video content for kids to follow along, instructional videos, this has become my biggest ally in that sort of field that we was in during that time. Now, a lot of people were using Loom and some other tools, but I believe this is going to be the best tool at a very inexpensive price for you to use, and I'm going to prove that here today right now. So the first two bullet points I want to address is that number one and number two, all right, you can use Screencast-O-Matic to make your videos more interactive and engaging, and it's more for instructional purposes. It was made for instructional purposes. These are all the problems, and there's many more that Screencast-O-Matic solves, but if you're going to use it, instead of just speaking on the actual tool itself, let's just go ahead and let me show you what it could do in addressing certain problems, all right? So what do I mean by makes your videos more interactive? Well, first of all, let's just say, for example, if you're trying to actually do, and we're going to also, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. Use this drawing feature to mark up and emphasize on any website in real time, allow you to teach directly from the resource. Wonderful for breaking down and analyzing online video and text. We're going to take a look at all of that. So let's start with video first. So let's say, for example, you're an English teacher, and that's usually my traditional wheelhouse, and you wanted to actually teach a certain video. You wanted to highlight some things. You wanted to pause and mark. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm not going to play the full clip. This is The Telltale Heart by Annette Jung. But let's just say if I wanted to teach to students what this is, and I needed to mark over it. So you can't see the markup tool file that I actually have, but I'm actually going to use the pencil tool here, and I'm going to mark on the actual video, and I'm going to point. You can see the arrow that I'm actually drawing here. If I wanted to circle and highlight here, and let's say, for example, I wanted to teach this Conrad here. Now, students, who do you think Conrad is? Who can we identify Conrad Wolf as? And what does this whole symbol represent? What can you do with this symbol right now? What is the history of this symbol? What do you think this symbol actually means? So this is making your video already more engaging, more interactive by you just simply using these tools to actually draw on it. And also, you can also zoom in with this. So I'm going to do that as well. So if I wanted to zoom in, I can actually just draw a box and it will just zoom all the way into that. That's very close up, isn't it? Very, very close. We're going to reset that though. All right. But you just need to just draw the box wherever you need to zoom in at. You just click down and it just brings it in. And I'm going to click the drop down to reset that. So if I wanted to just really emphasize and teach a video, like pausing it and just highlighting certain things, I can do that. Now let me go ahead and go back. All right, we're going to reset zoom, and you can also double click on the screen. So I need to get back. All right, I'm going to exit drawing for a second here. Okay, I'm going to now play the video some more, not too much. All right, if I wanted to pause it, I wanted to teach this little bit of French that's right here, I can click back on my drawing tool. I can underline this. And if I was giving a student something to look at and highlight in this video, I can actually do it in real time without having to use any external tool set to make these markings. I don't have to copy. I don't have to take a screenshot, send it over Google Slides, and then make markings over there. As I'm doing the video in its convenience, in its almighty convenience, I can do everything that I actually need right here in real time, and it's going to be seen in the video. So it's great. You also can erase things, and if you make any mistakes, as you can see, I'm erasing that in real time and stuff. So All right, that's the eraser tool. You can just go to erase all, and that's what I just did there. I also have the undo tool. So as I'm mentioning these tools, some of these things you can't actually see. Can you actually even put text here? So even if I wanted to put text, let me exit drawing again. If I want to add text, let's just say looking at the eye of Edgar Allan, this character in Edgar Allan Poe's story. If I have the text here, I can actually click and I can type something. Keep this evil eye in mind. For those of you who are English teachers and you're watching this, you know the importance of the eye. This isn't the exact eye, it's the other eye in this story that's more important. But if I wanted to emphasize that other eye, I can do so here and just let it play out. All right. And let me see here. I'm going to move this. All right. I can add another text box if needed. This is important. All right. And now I'm going to exit drawing. Okay. So you see, as I pause that, you can actually see the text that popped up. But once you actually exit your drawing and you're making a video, the text will disappear. So that's something to also keep in mind in terms of that as well. So that's one of the huge interactive pieces. Same thing if we're like actually reading something, you want to break some text down in real time. You want to teach it to the kids. Easily mark that bad boy up. You know, you can underline some things. We could circle some vocabulary words. Maybe archaic would have been a lot better to circle right now. Existing. We wanted to highlight some names. So if you're making a video and you're reading to the students and you need them to, you're breaking down some text, so you're trying to explain to them what the meaning of the text is, and this is all pre-recorded. This is some great software to actually take advantage of that and really teach to your kids in a way that you actually need to make it as interactive and engaging as possible, so they can actually pay attention to it. And they can take notes on exactly the same thing that you're telling them to take notes on. So if ever we're back in a situation where we have to teach virtual, this is going to be key. This is going to be very helpful in all forms of matter. For my math people, I have not forgotten about you. Let me exit drawing again. All right, so I'm gonna go over here. So I'm actually going to kind of zoom into this. Going to draw a circle around this. That's going to be pretty big here in a second. And let's see here. So you can draw shapes. You can also draw other shapes and everything too. I guess that's something I forgot to mention. I can also add arrows wherever I need to point to certain things. So you can add shapes, all of that, but I need to zoom. All right, so it's going to zoom where I need it to. Now, if I wanted to try to help the students understand and I needed to draw some stuff, I can actually do in real time. And forgive me for any lag right now that's on my end. So I'm just right now just doing some things here just to give you an idea. So if I wanted to actually teach this in real time and actually focus and really give some really in-depth instruction to the students in a pre-recorded video, this is going to be key. This is going to be an actually good way of going about doing this. Let me go ahead and exit back out now so I can get my cursor back and we could retreat back. All right, so this is going to be key when you're using Screencast-O-Matic. You can just use this software, very inexpensive, which is what we're going to talk about next as well. All right, so the next thing is I hit on makes your videos more interactive and engaging. You get premium features at $18. Well, I haven't talked about that. You use this drawing feature to mark and emphasize on any website in real time, allowing you to teach directly from the resource. As you just seen me, you just go to any website, teach directly from the resource without having to save anything, screenshot, put it on an external tool for you to make the adjustments. You can do all this in real time. Wonderful for breaking down and analyzing online video and text. Also, it's mobile, meaning that you can use it on any device compared to the built-in screen recorders such as QuickTime with Apple. Now, what do I mean by that? Because Apple, and this is a Mac that I'm actually doing this on right now. They already have a built-in screen recorder, but they don't have the tools. It's just a plain screen recorder where you can record your voice and just do a very plain Jane screen recording, just talking about what it is that you're actually doing. All right, so it's just directed straight to the point, something quick that you can use. But if you need premium features, and I talk more in depth about this on my web design channel, I'll leave a link in the description where you can actually check out my Screencast-O-Matic review versus the Apple QuickTime usage on that as well. Also, if you need to actually enlarge your video when you're moving away from teaching directly on the resource, you can actually, I'm going to click here on this largest square, and it will enlarge my face to maybe a detriment for you, but this is just for demonstration purposes only right now. All right, so if you need to even enlarge your camera to bring it more into a lecture style and emphasize and leave kids with a message, and you need to speak to them directly without all the other stuff being on the screen, you can also switch to a much larger side on this as well. So I'm gonna retreat back. So that's also another good feature to move back and forth into on that as well. And lastly, let's go ahead and let's go over the price, because I also put in here, you get premium features at $18 a year rather than $18 a month, which for me was the steal. I've only been paying $18 a year since 2018 for Screencast-O-Matic. Some of you guys out there may be arguing, well, we already have to use Zoom, and our district provides us that and everything. And you never know if you're going to leave teaching and you're going to do some more maybe some ed tech stuff, more instructional videos. Because like I said, I use this software when I was making tutorial videos for my YouTube channel to teach and help people on a web design space. And when it hit the fan where I was actually in the classroom, this became my best friend in terms of teaching English. Because when I came back into teaching, I got hired as an English teacher. I had to make videos that explainer videos to explain and break down text. Videos, pausing and just teaching directly and really getting animated to make sure that kids stayed engaged, and using the drawing tools to make sure it stayed interactive. And for $18 a year, that's a steal. And I'm going to actually show you the website and the actual pricing. So let's take a look at the pricing. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I looked at the pricing here because that just comes out, but inflation, all that other stuff. So if you want it for education, we could switch here. All right, but it looks like they have, let's see now. So $2 a month. So but you pay annually. So if you want the Solo Deluxe, all right, you can either use it for business or educational purposes, but this is the one I was actually talking about. Looks like they have for the business, it's 25% off right now at this moment. But this one is what I was talking about if I was to go to buy now. All right. So the prices went up from the Solo Deluxe because it was $18 a year, but now it's $24, but that's okay. That's only $24 for a single year that you're actually using this. And if you don't want it annually, you can switch to monthly, and then it's going to be $6 a month to be used on this. But you save $48 just by paying that 1 year price for Screencast-O-Matic. It's $24. So forgive me, it's been a while. When I first got it, it was only two prices. It was a $18 annual offer, but they added even more features over time. And some of these features I still don't even use. And I haven't even talked about the post-editing practice, which reminds me, there's very little post-editing that you need to do unless you just, you made a bunch of ums, or there's some footage that maybe you was recording this at home and you have children and they were interrupted. You need to go back in and take that out. There is some post-editing features that's also available to you as well. So I'll give you a look at that here in just a second. All right, so we're on the editing side now when you're trying to edit your videos in Screencast-O-Matic, and I wanted to actually show you what post-production looks like. And it's very stripped down, it's very simple, but they still offer some very key things in a very simple format. So if I wanted to, let's say for example, all this at the top right here, I wanted to just not show that. All right, I would actually click on the screen and I would come over here and just drag this and move that down. So what's only seen is what needs to be front and center. So very simple, very easy to do. There's other things that I don't want to, there's other things I'm going to show you, but I don't want to overwhelm you right now. If I wanted to speed up the video, I could add speed to that, but there's other tools like adjusting the volume, adding transitions. Clicking, I can add transitions at certain point, but I'm not going to do that because this is the actual video that I'm going to make some changes on right here. If I wanted to add some text overlay, all right, which I actually am, I'm going to add a tiny URL here for my Screencast-O-Matic part, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just put a video here, and it's going to be tinyurl.com, because I was already going to put a link in a pinned comment for you to go ahead and try Screencast-O-Matic. It will be an affiliate link. I'm not going to hide that or anything like that, but I've been using this for years, and it's very natural for me to talk about this, and I've already made videos in the past about this, but this is going to be that affiliate link in order to use Screencast-O-Matic right now. All right, and we're going to now extend this little bad boy here all the way to the very end, because we want this text, this link to show throughout the entire video, all right, without it being distracting. So that's why I'm going to nest this, why I shrunk it down a little bit more, and we're going to just hit OK. All right, perfect. And this yellow bar indicates that the text is clearly going to be seen all throughout the video. So I didn't even get to go over the shapes in depth, but yeah, you can add arrows and squares and all sorts of things, anything that you need to add to really make it pop, really make your video as instructional as possible for whatever examples, illustrations that you're trying to show. So right now we're going to hit done, because I'm keeping everything in here from the sounds on the computers, the narration, cursor, my webcam. I'm going to hit done because we are done editing this video, and I'm going to save video file. I'm not going to save it to my Google Drive. I always save it externally. All right, I'll change that later. I'm going to save it to my YouTube creative folder, and I'm gonna hit publish. And voila, there we go. Our video is exporting right now. It's getting ready to save. This is going to be a little bit longer and larger file at this MP4 format, but that's going to be pretty much it in terms of using Screencast-O-Matic as a teacher. It's very inexpensive, affordable price. All these features for you to solve your virtual teaching, to meet your virtual teaching needs and solve some of these issues in terms of not having to mark up things and do drawings and illustrations and demonstrations. Post-production, you can actually do this while you're recording the video. So I hope everything that I shared in here was a benefit to you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Check out the pinned comment for the tinyurl.com links. DLJ works at Screencast, and I'll talk to you next one in a video. God bless y'all.